Aloha and shalom. We are here for the full moon activation. Phew! The energies have been awesome. Awesomely intense for me. How has it felt for you guys? Well, let me know in the comments how you're feeling so far. Feeling very ready for this activation. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and begin to shuffle while you all tune in. Let me know in the comments where in the world you're tuning in from. Where in the world are you? I am in the Verde Valley, Arizona. So full moon is all about, we're coming to the fullness of the picture of what we've been going through in this particular cycle. We're seeing the whole picture. Things are being revealed. We're putting two and two together. Things that maybe last week we felt undecided about, we're now getting clarity on. So let's see what's being revealed to us right now. And again, let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from. We've got Phoenix, Arizona in the house. Okay. Giving thanks in advance for this message that's about to come through. Thank you, thank me, thank we. Beginning with the current challenge and gift, what we're moving away from, why we're going through this, and for the Hebrew cards, a main Hebrew letter ally of the week. All right, so right now, the energy, before I even pull the cards, let's just talk for a second about what the energy is, what is going on. The energy is, the heat is turning up, okay? Where you may have felt repressed, there is now like almost like a forced liberation. It's like a fiery liberation, okay? We have Kingman, Arizona in the house. Let us know in the comments where you're tuning in from. So we've got this fiery liberation happening, okay? So if you've been choosing to stay repressed, and I mean, really, it's all a choice. It's all a choice, right? We have to make different choices if we want to move into a new reality. But if you've been feeling like, I am not ready to be free, I want to keep living in the comfort of this small box, then you're going to get even more uncomfortable. Actually, there's no more of that. You actually can't live comfortably in your small box anymore. It's just not gonna work anymore. It's not sustainable. The tower is falling. The tower is falling. So it's a good time for you to open up to the intensity of what's happening, of what is inevitably shifting. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with your reality and all that is unfolding right now. And remember the death card. Remember the Reaper, transformation. Be open to the changes that are inevitably taking place. You can say things like, I trust in the changes that are upon me. I trust in the changes that are upon us as a collective. Whatever is for the highest good of the one, I surrender to that, and I offer every cell of my being, all of me multidimensionally, to open up to this change. I am assisting consciously and subconsciously in this grand shift that's happening right now with pleasure, with absolute faith. These are some things that you can say to yourself right now when, you know, it feels really intense, when everything's falling apart around you. You just want to remind yourself in the deepest way that everything is in alignment. Everything is happening for us as one. In fact, the more you trust and the sooner you trust, the more this is all going to feel a little less scary. It's going to be a little more comfortable if you can do this. Because it's always more comfortable when we rest in that faith. When we are embodying that frequency, we are in the heart. And so, of course, when we're residing there, everything is more comfortable. Everything is more graceful. So how do we get there, even in the most intense moments? By choosing faith. By choosing to trust in the laws that are always operating, whether life is good or bad, based on your own judgment. So let's just remember that as the heat turns up. Pour some water on it by entering back into your faith and sitting back on the throne of your heart, okay? Okay, here we go. Beginning with the challenge and gifts. So it's gonna reflect everything we just said, okay? The cards are gonna refine that message and they're gonna add on, okay? So the Fool is a new beginning. It's 0 point. This archetype, as all the archetypes, is always present. Always present. In fact, this archetype, the Fool, represents the heart space, the center space, 0 point, oneness consciousness. So to the degree that you have this frequency locked in, activated, is equal to the degree that you will be able to dive into the other archetypes, embody all of the other archetypes to their fullest. Okay? So as you go deeper with this oneness consciousness and securing that, you go deeper into all the initiations that are activated through the other archetypes. So the Fool coming up as our challenge and gift, our focus right now is saying, it's a new beginning, and though there are always new beginnings, each moment is a new beginning, we have to tune into that remembrance of what a new beginning starts with, which is that center point. And really, we should be returning there again and again in as many moments as possible, like getting that quick refreshment whenever we need it, throughout the day, throughout the week, just returning to center point. And by the way, Royal Path 3 is all about returning to the center point, how to recognize when you're not there, and how to get yourself back. So reach out if you're interested in learning more about that. Okay, so it's about the energy of new beginnings right now and going, even if you can't see where this is all going, even if it feels so intense right now that you can't imagine what's to come next, the Fool says, it doesn't matter. Every moment is new. You can refresh, reload as many times as you need. Feeling intense? Return to center. Come back to this space. And in this space of the center, we are trusting, right? Look at the Fool on this cliff. I trust that when I jump, the net will catch me. In fact, the net won't even, I don't even have to see it to know. The net will manifest when I jump. Okay, the Fool is about trusting. I have everything I need within me for the journey ahead, whatever it looks like, okay? So the ego may try to say, and it's good, it challenges you to sharpen your will. The ego's not bad. We're not gonna play that game, okay? So the ego may say things to you like, oh, but this journey is gonna be hard because this, but there's these treacherous mountains ahead, but this might be really hard, but why aren't you worrying? You should worry more. And that's when we just keep returning to this place. And what's really important is to have that internal dialogue, really give it a voice. So when the ego's voice says something such as, but the mountain's ahead though, you want to have that higher self come in, the self that represents the Fool, the oneness consciousness, and you want that self to say to the ego, it still doesn't matter. I still have everything I need within me. I'm still connected to that eternal light, infinite source of potential. Literally, none of those points matter. And it's okay. And I understand why you're afraid, because I know you had all those experiences in the past. And so I see why you would say that. And the truth still stands. I am connected to that source. I am pure. I've done my best. God, source, is my loyal friend, always with me on my journey. I have nothing to fear. Everything I need is within me. Oh, but what if you need more money? We need more money for that. I have everything I need within me. And it's not like a fight. It's not an internal fight. It's an internal dialogue with compassion, because that higher voice only speaks with compassion. And that's the only way to really speak to the ego, for it to begin to serve that higher voice. It's like a child. The child has all these things to say, and it just wants to be reassured. And the child just wants to understand. So that's how the dialogue should go. It should be a compassionate dialogue between that self that's connected to this consciousness of the Fool, center, oneness, with the ego who needs to serve that higher self. Okay, so this is the challenge and gift right now. The more you can step into that space of faith again and again, into that space of knowing everything is going according to divine plan, there's nothing outside of that, knowing that I have everything I need within me no matter what, then you will get through every challenge and it will always become the gift. You will make the most of this opportunity if you do that. And again, don't wish for only a few opportunities. Wish for many. Say, you know what, ego, bring it. I love this, because every single time the ego brings up a fear or a challenge, a doubt, anxiety, that is darkness or material to alchemize into greater light. So we welcome many opportunities to do that inner dialogue, because every single time we move from ego to higher self and really do the work to resolve that, that's the alchemy that we're here to do. So we don't want to be a masochist and say, oh, just make me suffer. No, but we want to say, bring it up. All that is there, let me see it. Let me work with all that is there and make all of that heaviness into light. Okay, we're moving away from Seven of Wands. And Wands is fire. Seven of Wands is about standing up for what you believe in, but with compassion. Knowing that you have everything you need. Again, he's only holding one, and all these sticks, these wands, we don't know if they're for him or against him. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. He has everything he needs in his hands, inside of him. And this is the part of us that it's our fire. Are we using it to transmute? Are we using it to alchemize? Are we using it to inspire? Or are we burning with this fire? Are we standing up for ourselves in a way that's unnecessary? Okay, I'm gonna put it to you like this. Right now is the time to really tune into the water within you, okay? The elements are all always working together to manifest this whole reality. But we wanna let the water take the wheel right now. There's been a lot of fire, which has actually been burning up and building due to the wrong, I don't wanna say the wrong things, it's all for a reason, but fears, anxieties, it has us burning up and using all this energy to actually worry. But we don't need to worry anymore. We need to keep returning again and again to that space of faith and speak to those worries and resolve them so that we return gracefully and organically to this space again and again. Okay? So less trying to defend yourself, more just being confident in your truth. Less talking about it and more just embodying it. And when you need to talk about it, that's okay too. It's not black and white here. But when you do need to talk about it, make sure that it's actually necessary and make sure that it's being done with compassion. Otherwise, the chances are you don't need to talk about it. You don't need to defend it, okay? There's a time for it, and then there's a time to be quiet, right? So just tune in. This whole experience is about trusting yourself and your intuition. So don't listen to what anybody else, I mean, sure, you can listen to what other people are saying or sharing, but take in only what matches your intuition. Okay, so really tune in. How am I using my fire right now? How can I maybe preserve that flame and direct the energy toward my goals, whether people support them or not? There's no more over defending. There's no more fighting the old program. No, relax, no more of that. We're cooling off the fire. We're not asking for anyone's permission or anyone's validation. We are embodying who we truly are in a bigger way than ever. And we're not worrying about how that's gonna look to somebody else. Because we've already been through the whole process of refining and asking, is this next version of myself good for the whole? Okay, so we shouldn't have to stop anymore to see, am I hurting this person or that? Then you need to backtrack. Then you didn't do the step of refinement, okay? First, you need to be sure that who you are becoming right now is truly a higher version of your true self, of who you've been. You must make sure that who you are becoming right now is for the highest good of all as one. And then, only then, when you truly know that, will you be able to move forward without having to defend yourself, without having to worry about who you're hurting. Because you will have no doubt. Inside, you will know deeply, you will believe deeply in the truth that who I am becoming is for everyone's highest good. Even if this person's gonna be upset, even if this person's gonna have a problem with it, even if my job doesn't like it, I know in my heart that for the good of the one, this is who I'm meant to be. And if you just focus all of your energy on that, instead of trying to explain to the world why that's where you're headed, everything will move to mold itself around that in the highest way. So if you still feel the need to defend yourself or over-explain yourself, it's because you have some doubt in yourself. So stop going outward, turn back inward, and just be clear with yourself and ask yourself, is who I'm becoming for the highest good of all? Then let's go, baby. I'm not explaining to anyone anymore. I don't need to do that. I don't even need to think for a second why this wouldn't work for this person or that job. There we are. Or this situation, et cetera, right? No, we're just gonna confidently move forward in who we know we are meant to be next because we are sure it's for everyone's highest good. Why we're going through this? Page of Cups. And I love this, beautiful. I love this perspective so much. We're going through this process of initiating this new beginning and stepping into who we are without wasting time over explaining so that we can move toward this way of being that's going to allow ourselves to connect to our own heart and to the hearts of others with greater compassion. Okay, this next best version of ourselves is it's like a greater vessel, a greater chalice to hold that water, that ethereal water, which is love, which is light eternal. We're doing this so that we can move into a space of being more loving, of opening up our minds, opening up new neural pathways to communicate with love like we never have before, to express love in ways we never have before, to receive in reflection, to receive love and loving communication in ways we never have before. And that's why we're all here, right? Because love is light. So if we're here to bring heaven to earth, that means we're here to bring more light to this planet, to this multiverse. And we're here to bring more love because they are one. So isn't that so obviously a component of the new earth or heaven on earth is there, light abounds, love abounds. Of course, we should expect that light, which is also compassion, is going to shift the way we think, speak, and act. So imagine a world where our hearts and our minds are blasted open. And because of that, the neural pathways the bridges are connecting in our mind. And then that reflects, right? As in one dimension, so in all. So then we start to see bridges in our own reality, bridging all of us to one another as a reflection of those neural pathway explosions, right? So we should expect that we're moving in that direction of opening our hearts and our minds to be able to give and receive love in just new ways, to communicate with more love, to move with more love, to think with more love. And that's why we're doing this right now. So the message is this: you've got to trust where you're headed right now. If you've already looked at who you are becoming and said, this is for the highest good of all as one, this is for the sake of the Creator, then babe, move forward with confidence and compassion and humility always, right? But move forward knowing that you're moving toward bringing heaven to earth. You're moving toward bringing more of your soul into your body. You're moving toward a reality that's full of more love. A reality in which you're contributing to that greater love. So it is your duty, it is your purpose, and it is your mission to make sure you eliminate, gracefully and compassionately, all obstacles on the path of you initiating this next chapter, of you becoming who you are meant to become. And there is nothing in the way of that. In fact, if you've been feeling like, well, I can't be that way around this person, or I can't be this way in my job, or I can't, stop. Because if that way of being means it's bringing heaven to earth, if that way of being means you're stepping into being more of a loving being, then why can you not be that greater love around this person or that person or this job or this situation? I don't buy it. There are old programs of fear trying to attach to what is happening here, to sabotage it, not for a scary reason, but just to challenge us, to be even stronger and even greater in our faith, to do the work that we're here to do right now with more gusto. You know what I'm saying? So there is nothing in the way of you being that. So stop being afraid and be excited, because who you are becoming is pure and true and real. And no one will have a problem with it, because even if it appears that a place or a person doesn't receive that, that's simply some friction that is beginning to dissipate. It's like a tower falling, and you don't need to worry about what's going to happen there, because God, source, whatever, will make sure that that all gets sorted. So let it go and just focus all of your energy on being that next best version of yourself, that self who is more open in heart and in mind. And if you just be that, the universe will take care of the rest. And if someone doesn't like it, it's going to move out of your field. The resonance is going to, everything is vibration, okay? That lack of resonance is going to move things away, okay? Or law of resonance, the frequency around you will rise up to meet you, okay? There's a difference between walking into a room with somebody and like shyly trying to embody this new self, and that person, like an animal, smells your fear, right? Like feels your lack of confidence, and because you don't trust you, now they don't trust you, so they don't buy whatever it is you're trying to sell. They don't want to be a part of whatever it is you're trying to introduce, because you're doing it half-ass, right? On the contrary, if you walk into a room and you go up to this person, you say, this is who I am now. This is who I need to be. This is for the one. This is for you. This is for us. And I know with my entire being and my soul that this is what I need to do. And that is admirable, and that is inspirational, and that is the kind of fire that catches on in the best way. So how are you going to do it? You're going to waste time fearing what anybody else is going to think, or what's going to happen with this or that. No. Turn back, look within, gather your energy. And when you are ready, go forth confidently, embodying and claiming this next best version of yourself. And watch how everything either rises to meet you or it gracefully dissipates. And the Hebrew letter ally of the week is the Yud. Okay? Two things. The hieroglyphic symbol for the Yud is a hand. The Hebrew word for hand is Yad. The Yud is connected to Arcanum 10, the wheel, because it's the 10th letter of the Aleph Bet. So you can picture it like if you put those together, the wheel and the hand, take control. Put your hands on the wheel and go. It's like you're in a car and you're in a daze and you like kind of fell asleep for a second. And you could wait for someone to save you, or you can go, oh, here we go, and take the wheel and go. Okay? If you're driving on bumpy terrain, are you going to worry so much about everybody in the car and how, oh gosh, like if I hit a little bump, they might, be disturbed a bit. You're going to go, no, I got to keep us safe and I got to get us to the destination. Okay? I'm just trying to come up with as many analogies as possible, but it's like, worry about what is important. Take the wheel in the best way. Okay, take the wheel of your life. It is you who needs to drive this vehicle. You're literally starlight moving through time and space. So how are you the director of your journey? Okay, we're living in a field of law, but we have free will. So how are you going to use it? Are you going to use it to play small and defend yourself constantly and over-explain yourself to everyone and waste all of your energy on that so that you only have this much left to actually pursue your dreams and your mission? No way, man. No way, man. I'm recollecting that energy and I'm going to use it to put my hands on the wheel and drive this shit, baby. Move forward in a way that I know I need to go for our highest good as one. Phew. So do you, boo. Stop wasting energy explaining. Stop wasting energy defending. Remember that you have every right to rise up to this new frequency because it's your mission and it's for all of us, even if someone can't see that, even if someone can't understand that and they are uncomfortable. If you're doing it with compassion and you believe in yourself, with true purity and innocence, which just means, you know, connected to your faith, knowing what you're doing is good, then that discomfort is made to come up. That discomfort is made to be exposed. It was already deep down in there, and all that's happening now is you're helping it to come out so that it can be looked at, so that it can be transmuted, alchemized. So don't be afraid about the resistance that arises. It's not yours. You might be a catalyst for it, but it's not yours to move through. So focus on what you do have control over. Trust that the rest is all arising so it can be healed. We don't want that sitting in there anyway. It's like a ticking time bomb. It's a tower that's inevitably going to fall. So rather than fearing those moments where you may meet resistance, just say, yeah, you know what, that may come up. And if it does, it's meant to, and I'm grateful. Better now than later. Better now from a place where I feel confident and trusting and understanding of the situation than later being surprised and it just pops up and slaps me in the face. So yeah, I'm gonna focus all of my energy on moving forward for us. And I'm not gonna worry about what comes up. I'm gonna be excited knowing everything that does come up as a reflection of my moves is exactly what I'm meant to face and is exactly what's meant to come up. Whew, happy full moon. Thank you for being here with me for this activation. I will see you guys next week for the final quarter so that we can wrap up the cycle. And I feel like it's going to be really, really, really helpful as always. I do want to say thank you to everyone who's written me messages. I received some of the most beautiful messages from you guys talking about how you've been watching these activations for a long time and some of you wait for them every week. And I know because I see certain names every single week. I know. And just all of your shares about how they've helped you in your life or what they do for you as a person, as a soul, really touched me and was so exciting to me. And it's what gives me life. It gives me energy to keep going, knowing that we're doing this together. If it was only 5 of you, I would be so pleased that we show up and we create this space every week, but it's so much more. And wow, I'm blown away. So thank you for taking the time to pause and write to me and let me know how you really feel. And for anybody who wants a little assistance in the process of returning to center point, like how do I know when I'm not there? What are the signs? What does it look like? What does it feel like? And what can I do in a way that's practical to get back to that place of oneness consciousness? What can I do? How can I get there? My book, Royal Path 3, is literally about that. It's called Royal Path 3, Alchemy of the Shadow. You can find it on Amazon, but I love to ship my books from my hands to yours. And I pull a card from my random decks. I just have like a whole collection of random cards that I don't use. They're just for fun. I pull a card from there, and based on that card, I write you a message in your book. So you basically get a little reading with the book. Royal Path 1, the revised edition, is also available. Royal Path 2, Royal Path 3. Let me know what you're interested in learning about, and I got you. Private message me or email me, royalpathreadings@gmail.com. And if you want a one-on-one reading, of course, also email me or private message me. And again, the email is royalpathreadings@gmail.com. I look forward to working with you one-on-one, and I look forward to continuing the collective readings. And I'm loving your comments right now. I'm so glad that you're enjoying the books. Thank you so much. If you haven't yet, please write me a review. Please. Even if you've just watched the activations and you haven't read my books, if you love these activations, please go to facebook.com/royalpathtarot and leave me a star rating on there. It's at the top. Or go on amazon.com, go to any of my books, leave a review. If you haven't read my book and you're interested, go to Royal Path 1, Activating the Archetypal Alliance. You can type in Royal Path 1 Activating, it will come right up. And read the many reviews there. Read the reviews, see if it's for you. It's for you. It's for the one, it's for everyone. All right, guys, I love you, and I'll see you.